Where are you from and what do you do?
My name is Vijeta Uniyal. I'm an Indian who is living in Germany right now, and I'm working with I'm with the group Indians4Israel. It's an advocacy group.
Indians4Israel. Tell me a little bit about what Indians4Israel is.
Indians4Israel is a grassroots activist movement which is big focuses on Indian diaspora in Europe and the rest of the world. And we also get a lot of support from Indians in India that support Israel and the Jewish people.
And how does Indians from Israel sort of help in the digital battle against the BDS movement? What exactly do you do?
Yes, there have been certain BDS campaigns have been tried in India. They're not very successful. Wherever there are certain attempts, we try to galvanize a community by signature campaigns, by connecting with other similar like-minded groups, Hindu groups and non-religious groups, and we try to build an alliance and at least bring our message to the government and people in general.
Okay, now tell me a little bit about the challenges that you find in defending Israel where you are in your country.
I'm based in Germany, so it's a diaspora that we're focusing on. Challenges are definitely there's so much more to be done. And if you're a grassroots groups, you lack resources, you lack the skills. But then we, being an authentic grassroots, we reach out to people in their way, and we get a lot of good response for them. So I think challenges can also be seen as opportunities. So it is.
Now, why do you do that? Like, why do you do this? What about you is sort of
personal?
Mm-hmm.
I studied German history in my college. I majored in German culture, and in India, and which made me very aware of the Holocaust and the persecution of European Jews. And when I came to Germany in 2010, before that I was working with German Embassy and other organizations which are German. I was shocked by the level of anti-Semitism from both the native population and immigrants. Especially being an immigrant, I thought I needed to do something and take a stand. And I started a blog, and that's how things started. People came together, supported me from our own community, and said, this is something we need to talk about.
Now, have you personally encountered BDS?
I mean, every day we get hate and messages, and but nobody has tried to attack us, BDS movement, directly. But they are trying to make inroads into our groups, for example, trade unions, women groups, social and cultural groups.
They're trying to win your support. The BDS is trying to win your support.
No, they're trying to get into these groups and try to. There are very few, but they're trying to make a lot of noise to make an impression that Indians support them.
Now, in your view, do you think that Israel can win the digital battle against the BDS movement, and what do you think that the digital community could do or could be doing better?
Absolutely. What BDS movement wants is end the dialogue. When you talk about apartheid, you talk about other things, you're trying to close a conversation, you're trying to say we cannot have anything to do with them. What we are trying to say is once we have a dialogue, once we open a dialogue, that's where we win. So our digital, for example, is a way that all of us as a network, most of us are grassroots groups which have, as I said, limited skills, but they're doing great work. And we can all learn from each other how they do it in their own communities, and sometimes even join the campaigns when then the issue is impacting all our communities.
Now, the Eurovision contest is going to be hosted here this coming May.
Yes.
Have you heard any like Eurovision boycott talk back in Germany?
Being in Germany right now, whatever I heard is very positive. There's a very positive vibe around Eurovision. Although in the background, in politics, we are concerned the rise of anti-Semitism is a matter of concern. But as far as Eurovision is concerned, it has been very positive, whatever I have seen. Native is in our city, I live near Cologne, so I never heard anything negative about Eurovision in Israel in this context.
Now, oftentimes the common narrative for the BDS movement is that Israel is an apartheid state.
Yes.
When someone says that to you, what is your response?
When somebody says that, as I said, he's trying to close the conversation, he's trying to stop the dialogue. He wants to simplify something which is not simple. So our approach as a social media group, as a pro-Israel group, is we engage them. We engage not only them, but the general audience, because haters, somebody who has a position, would not be very easily convinced, but the general public who is getting an impression might be open for our side of the story. And what we have seen is once we begin a conversation, the other side doesn't have the arguments other than hate and slurs and smears. And people are misinformation, and people generally positively respond to us. As we said, we are Indians for Israel, Muslims, Christians, all groups, and we have seen positive response from all these communities that have responded to our message.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Good luck to you.